Hey, my name is Katharine Thompson, and it's my informative speech. Who enjoys fresh garden produce? I know I do. Supermarket vegetables can't compare. Gardens can be a rewarding experience, giving not only a sense of accomplishment, but fresh garden vegetables to boot. There are lots of steps and preparation involved in growing a garden, including lots of patience and hard work. The basic steps are site selection and preparation, planting, care while growing, and harvesting and preserving. It is important to select a good location. A spot with plenty of morning sun and afternoon shade is ideal. You have to decide how big your garden is going to be. It can be a few pots on your patio to hundreds of acres of commercial farm or anywhere in between. You may just want a few vine-ripened tomatoes or be interested in preserving and canning your harvest. It is up to you. After the size is determined, you have to decide what and how much you want to plant. Once the layout is decided, soil needs to be prepared. In order to prepare the soil, it needs to be evaluated. A sample can be sent to the USDA extension agent to be tested. They can advise you to the type and quantity of amendments needed. The soil may just need to be plowed, tilled, and disked. It's a good time to add a fertilizer so they can be mixed in. The Lawn and Garden website states that there are two types of fertilizers, organic and inorganic. Organic fertilizer can be anything from cow and horse manure to compost. Inorganic or chemical fertilizers made up from different chemical combinations. They are less bulky, smelly, and in greater supply. Compost has some advantages over chemical fertilizers. They help clay soil drain better and sandy soil hold moisture better. Organic compost is easy to make in your own backyard. Choose a place not too near your home because the pile can become quite fragrant. Outdoor materials such as grass clippings and leaves are good examples. Kitchen waste such as vegetable and fruit peels and eggshells make good compost. Not everything is good for your compost, including garden waste treated with pesticides, woody yard clippings, and pine needles. Compost piles need to be turned and aerated to encourage decomposition. Once the soil is ready, it is time to sow the seeds. Different plants need to be planted at different times. When you plant depends on many things, the temperature outside, and when you want to harvest. Spinach and lettuce need cool weather and get bitter in the heat. They need to be planted in early spring or in late fall. Others don't tolerate the cold well and should be planted after the threat of frost is past. In this area, I was told that tomatoes need to be transplanted after May the 10th. And one year we planted our tomatoes outside on May the 9th, and there was a frost that night. I learned my lesson. Each plant requires different spacing of the rows and seeds, and need to be sown at the correct depth. The seed packet typically gives this information. With every garden, there are weeds and pests that try and take over. It's best to take the weeds out when they're young. It can be easily done with a hoe. Mulch and black plastic can be laid down to prevent the weeds from starting. Pesticides can be used to kill insects. They're both organic and inorganic. Two examples of organic pesticides are pyrethrin, derived from the chrysanthemum, and neem, derived from the seed and kernel of the neem tree fruit, according to About.com and eHow's gardening website. Pyrethrins are used to poison a wide variety of insects quickly, have a low toxicity to animals, and break down quickly. Neem prevents insects from maturing by disrupting their hormones. It's non-toxic to humans, acts slowly, and breaks down in the sun, and has antifungal properties. Organic pesticides are better for the environment and humans. Instead of using harsh chemicals to kill the insects, they use natural agents. Chemical pesticides not only cause damage to the environment, wildlife, and leach into the groundwater, but also cause damage to the body with prolonged exposure. Along with nutrients and sunlight, your plants need water to grow. Whether nature is not on a schedule, at some point you will have to water your garden. On howstuffworks.com, it states that if the garden is watered when the temperature is too high, more water will evaporate than when the temperature is too low. On the other hand, too much water when the temperature is cool can cause the plant to rot. The best time to water is in the morning. If you water at night, it can lead to disease because the water stays on the plant overnight. When watering, always make sure to soak the soil thoroughly. A light sprinkling can cause the roots to go close to the surface and be scorched by the sun, which may kill your plant and reduce your harvest. Harvesting for most vegetables means merely picking the fruit off the vine. Other vegetables such as potatoes, carrots, and onions need to be dug up. Tomatoes are harvested when the fruit is red or yellow depending on the variety. Many peas and beans are picked when the pod is full and ready to shell. Green beans and some peas are picked while still tender. Cucumbers and squash are harvested when they reach a certain size. There are a variety of ways to preserve your harvest. A search on about.com showed that canning and pickling are common ways. Tomatoes and green beans are typically canned. The jars need to be clean and in good condition with new seal lids. They need to be processed in a pressure canner or cooker. Tomatoes only need boiling water because they are acidic. The acidity prevents the growth of most bacteria, including the bacteria that causes botulism. Most others need the higher temperatures generated by a cooker. Cucumbers and vegetables are commonly pickled. Peppers are another example. A vinegar or brine solution is needed to pickle the vegetable. Having fresh, homegrown vegetables, I think, is well worth the effort. From preparation to growing and harvesting to canning, your garden is a lot of hard work, but it can be rewarding. I feel a sense of accomplishment when I pick the vegetable and take it up to the house, because I can say I grew that vegetable and didn't buy it at the store. And on screen there are pictures of squash, zucchini, and cucumbers that came out of the garden, and a crock of soon-to-be pickles. So, that is all.
Very good.